What if I told you there are ancient objects, crafted from pure crystal, that hold knowledge so profound it could change everything you think you know about reality? Objects that seem to know more than we do, whispering truths from the edge of time and space. What if these crystal skulls are not mere relics, but keys to unlocking hidden dimensions of consciousness and forgotten histories? Why have their mysteries been buried, distorted, or dismissed for centuries? And most importantly, what no one has told you about crystal skulls might just shatter everything you believe about the nature of existence. Are you ready to step beyond the veil and uncover the truth? What if I told you that some of the most enigmatic objects ever unearthed are not mere relics of a forgotten past, but living gateways to ancient wisdom, carved in crystal, pulsating with secrets the world is not yet ready to hear? Crystal skulls, shimmering in ethereal translucence, have fascinated and confounded humanity for centuries. They are more than artifacts, they are whispers of a cosmic intelligence, relics from civilizations whose knowledge transcended time and space. You may have seen them in museums, pop culture, or New Age shops, perfectly carved skulls made from quartz or other crystals. But what lies beneath their smooth surfaces is a tapestry woven with mystery, power, and spiritual depth few dare to explore. These skulls have been shrouded in legend, accused of being forgeries, dismissed as curiosities, yet revered by mystics and scholars alike for their inexplicable energy. Today, we will journey beyond the surface. We will peel back layers of skepticism and myth to uncover the ancient truths encoded within these crystalline forms. What if the crystal skulls are not merely symbolic, but actual repositories of forgotten knowledge, keys to unlocking human potential, ancient prophecies, or even cosmic communication? In this exploration, you will learn about the skull's hidden origins, their philosophical and spiritual significance, and why mainstream history has chosen to keep their secrets in the shadows. Together, we will traverse the blurred lines between myth and reality, science and spirit, past and present. Prepare yourself to challenge what you think you know, as we reveal what no one has told you about crystal skulls. To understand the mystery of crystal skulls, we must first journey back, not just through the pages of history, but through the energetic memory of Earth itself. Legends of crystal skulls are not confined to a single culture or continent. Echoes of these enigmatic objects ripple through Mesoamerican lore, ancient Hindu scriptures, Tibetan rituals, and even the whispers of Atlantis. The most famous among them, the Mitchell Hedges skull, unearthed in the jungles of Belize, was allegedly found resting within the ruins of a Mayan temple. This perfectly carved quartz skull, anatomically accurate and impossibly detailed, sparked intrigue not only because of its beauty, but because it defied explanation. How could a primitive civilization carve such perfection without the use of modern tools? And why would they? The Maya believed the skulls held the consciousness of the gods, acting as vessels between the physical and spiritual realms. They were not simply ceremonial ornaments, they were conduits, designed to transmit energy, preserve knowledge, and unlock states of altered consciousness. In Aztec mythology, skulls were seen as symbols of regeneration, transformation, and divine wisdom, the threshold between death and rebirth, illusion and truth. But the roots go deeper. In ancient Hindu texts, the concept of the Akashic records, a cosmic archive where every soul's journey, every thought, every truth is stored, bears uncanny resemblance to the function attributed to crystal skulls by modern mystics. According to esoteric traditions, the skulls are crystalline storage devices. Not metaphorically, but literally. Quartz, as science confirms, can store vast amounts of digital information. Could these skulls be primitive-looking, yet technologically advanced tools left behind by a civilization with knowledge far surpassing our own? Tibetan monks speak of 13 original skulls, carved by beings not of this earth, star ancestors, celestial architects who seeded the planet with knowledge and left behind crystalline blueprints to be discovered when humanity was ready. They say the skulls were once unified, their harmony maintaining the balance between worlds. But the separation of these skulls marked the fall of cosmic consciousness on Earth, the Great Forgetting. Philosophically, the skull itself is a powerful symbol. It is both the seat of consciousness and the symbol of mortality. When fused with crystal, formed over thousands of years under pressure deep within the earth, it becomes an object of paradox, delicate yet eternal, silent yet wise, dead yet alive. In esoteric teachings, paradox is the doorway to gnosis, true knowing. Crystal skulls embody this duality. They are mirrors for the soul, reflectors of human evolution, and symbols of our potential to awaken to forgotten truths. So why has this knowledge been buried? Because knowledge is power, and power concealed is power controlled. For centuries, institutions have feared what lies outside the material world. Anything that cannot be measured, monetized, or mastered is dismissed as myth or madness. And yet, the skulls endure, passed from hand to hand, hidden in monasteries, lost in wars, recovered in visions. They speak, not in words, but in resonance. And only those who listen with the inner ear can hear their call. We are now at a threshold. A time when the ancient is returning, and the veils between realms are thinning. The skulls are waking. And as they do, they invite us to remember, not just where we came from, but who we truly are. Imagine holding an object in your hands that doesn't just reflect light, but intention. An object that seems to shimmer not only with earthly beauty but with a sentient awareness, as if it's watching you, weighing your energy, waiting for the right moment to reveal something long forgotten. This is the experience many have reported when encountering a crystal skull. And this is where the mystery deepens. At the surface, a crystal skull appears to be an artistic sculpture, but those who have meditated with them, slept beside them, or undergone deep spiritual work in their presence, describe something altogether different: visions, downloads of information, shifts in perception, and even healing. Why? Let's begin with the material itself. Quartz crystal is piezoelectric, meaning it can hold and transmit energy and vibration. It is the same material used in modern technology, watches, radios, computers. Silicon dioxide, the essence of quartz, is the foundation of our digital world. But this knowledge is not new, it is rediscovered. Ancient civilizations seem to understand something we are only now grasping, that crystal can be encoded with frequency, intention, and even consciousness. But why the shape of a skull? The skull is a universal archetype. It is the container of the mind, the seat of thought, memory, and vision. By sculpting quartz into this form, ancient artisans, if that is even what they were creating a resonance bridge between the organic human brain and the crystalline matrix. In other words, they were crafting a vessel that could interface with human consciousness. Think of it like this: your mind is a tuning fork, and the crystal skull is an amplifier. When properly attuned, the skull doesn't simply store energy, It magnifies your thought, your intention, your connection to realms beyond the five senses. This is why so many report telepathic communications from the skulls. Not because they are haunted relics, but because they are intelligent, responsive tools, antennas for consciousness, waiting to be activated. In many accounts, practitioners speak of receiving symbols, languages, or voices not their own while meditating with a skull. Often, the messages are deeply personal, revealing hidden traumas, ancient memories, or soul contracts. But at times, they speak of a greater calling, a mission, as though the skull is a keeper of a collective destiny. And this is where it becomes more than personal, it becomes planetary. Many esoteric traditions speak of 13 master skulls, each representing a cosmic archetype: time, truth, healing, the stars, earth, the divine feminine, and more. These skulls, according to lore, hold the vibrational templates for human evolution. Not just history, but potential, what humanity can become if we remember who we are. It is said that when the 13 skulls are brought together again in harmony, they will sing. Not with sound, but with frequency, unlocking a wave of consciousness that could awaken millions. Is this allegory? Or prophecy? Some believe these master skulls were gifted to humanity by ancient star beings, possibly from the Pleiades, Sirius, or Orion, who seeded Earth with knowledge in the epochs before written history. Others suggest they come from the lost civilization of Lemuria, where crystal technology was not science fiction, but a way of life. In that world, the skulls were libraries, tools to access the unified field, communicate across realms, or heal deep energetic wounds. Even skeptics cannot deny the phenomenon surrounding them. Scientific tests on certain skulls have revealed machining marks that should not exist in pre-Columbian cultures, suggesting either a lost technology or something beyond our comprehension. Others emit electromagnetic fields, pulses, or harmonics that interfere with modern electronics. Some radiate subtle energy that dowsers, sensitives, and energy workers feel without touching. Yet, their true power may not lie in physical measurement, but in experiential mystery. Because here's the secret no one tells you: the crystal skull is not here to prove itself to science. It is here to activate you. Its mystery is a mirror. And the more you look into it, the more it reveals who you truly are. It is not the skull that is the key, but your consciousness, your readiness, your willingness to see beyond the veil. What if the skulls are not ancient objects, but timeless ones, always present, waiting for the right souls to awaken them? And the question becomes, are you one of them? The further one journeys into the mystery of the crystal skulls, the more the path dissolves beneath your feet. These are not relics to be understood in the ordinary sense. They are paradox embodied, a convergence of myth and matter, energy and intention, artifact and oracle. And yet, despite all that has been said, there is still so much we have not been told. Because to truly understand the crystal skulls, we must surrender the need for a single, fixed narrative. They do not fit into neat categories, ancient or alien, spiritual or technological. Instead, they exist at the intersection of all these domains, serving as threshold guardians between our limited perception and a vast, multidimensional reality. Let us explore the deeper paradox. Many believe that the crystal skulls are ancient, dating back tens of thousands of years, far older than any known civilization. Yet, Carbon dating is impossible on stone, and skeptics argue that many famous skulls were created in the 19th century. But this debate misses the point. Because the age of a skull is not always its origin. Time, as we know it, is not linear. In many mystical traditions, Tibetan, Mayan, Egyptian, the concept of time is cyclical, or even fractal. Energy can be encoded outside of chronological constraints. A skull created in the 1800s may still carry the frequency of something ancient if the intention and ritual are powerful enough. In other words, a crystal skull may be activated not by age, but by consciousness. This leads to the idea of memory implants, that crystal, much like DNA, can be programmed. Think of each skull as a cosmic USB drive. It doesn't matter when it was carved, it matters what it was tuned to. Through sound, prayer, ritual, and focused energy, these skulls can be imbued with thought forms, symbols, even entire visions. Shamans have long said that the skulls can be used to travel through time, not physically, but psychically, by accessing ancestral memories or future probabilities stored within the crystal lattice. And then there are the whispers of something even more strange. Some crystal skulls are said to be sentient. Not merely tools or conduits, but conscious intelligences in their own right. People have described the sensation of being chosen by a skull, of a particular skull calling to them in dreams, or suddenly emanating warmth, vibration, or sound in their presence. These are not hallucinations. They are energetic interactions. Sensitive individuals report that skulls emit a pulse, a low vibrational hum that connects with the pineal gland, the heart, or even the solar plexus, initiating visions, downloads, or profound inner shifts. But who, or what, is speaking through the skulls? Some believe the skulls are linked to the oversoul of humanity itself, acting as fractal echoes of our collective consciousness. Others say they are inhabited by light beings, guardians of interdimensional knowledge who use these forms to communicate across the veil. There are even accounts of skulls that change their internal structure, showing faces, symbols, or landscapes within their crystal depths depending on who gazes into them. Alternative researchers like Drunvalo Melchizedek and channelers such as Jamie Mawson have suggested that the skulls are part of a larger grid, an energetic network across the Earth known as the crystalline matrix. When activated, the skulls can transmit messages across vast distances, linking sacred sites, ley lines, and energy vortices. This grid, they claim, is a kind of planetary nervous system, and the skulls are its synapses. Even ancient prophecies point to their return. In Maya oral tradition, it is said that when humanity is ready, the skulls will reveal their secrets. But not before, because the knowledge they hold is dangerous in the wrong hands. These are not objects of curiosity, they are power incarnate, and with power comes responsibility. And perhaps this is the final, most challenging truth: the crystal skulls were never meant to be worshipped. They are not saviors. They are mirrors. And what they reflect is your own level of readiness. If you approach with ego, you will see only stone. But if you come with humility, with openness, with reverence, you may glimpse something far more profound, the divine blueprint within yourself. What no one tells you is this: the skulls awaken as you awaken. They are not just here to be studied. They are here to transform you. So ask yourself, are you the one discovering the skull, or is the skull discovering you? Now that we have peeled back the layers of mystery and explored the profound depths of what crystal skulls represent, the question arises, how can you engage with this ancient wisdom? How do you awaken the silent intelligence within the crystal, and allow it to illuminate your own path? The answer lies not in possession or mere admiration, but in relationship. Crystal skulls are not trophies, they are partners, guides, and teachers. To unlock their power, one must enter into a sacred dialogue of energy and intention. Begin with preparation, setting the space. The first step is creating a sacred space, both external and internal. Cleanse your environment with sage, Palo Santo, or sound, such as a singing bowl, to clear stagnant energy and open a portal for higher frequencies. Sit comfortably with your crystal skull in front of you, ideally in natural light or moonlight, to amplify the crystal's vibrational qualities. Close your eyes and take deep, centering breaths. Ground yourself by imagining roots extending from your feet deep into the earth. Invite stillness, silence, and presence. This is essential, because the skull resonates with your frequency, and a quiet mind is the perfect tuning fork. Meditation and intentional connection. Begin a meditation focused on opening your inner eye, your third eye chakra. Visualize a soft indigo light expanding between your eyebrows, glowing warmer with each breath. When you feel calm and centered, open your eyes and gaze softly into the skull's hollow eyes. Don't stare rigidly, allow your vision to soften, as if you're seeing through it, beyond it, into the layers of light within. As you hold its gaze, silently set your intention. This could be for guidance, healing, clarity, or awakening. Speak it aloud or in your heart. The skull is an amplifier of your deepest intent. Clear, focused desire aligns with its energy and activates resonance. Many practitioners report subtle sensations at this stage, a warmth, tingling, or a subtle pulsing vibration from the crystal. These are signs of connection. If your mind begins to wander, gently bring it back to the skull's eyes and your breath. Journaling and symbols. After your meditation, immediately write down any thoughts, visions, or feelings that emerged. The skull often communicates through symbols and archetypes rather than direct words. These impressions may be cryptic, but over time, patterns emerge, unlocking deeper layers of your subconscious and spiritual truth. Keep this journal as a sacred record of your dialogue with the crystal. Return to it when you need guidance or to observe your own evolving consciousness. Ritual and ceremony. To deepen the connection, create a ritual around your skull. This could be a simple daily practice of lighting a candle and offering gratitude, or a full moon ceremony where you place the skull outside to absorb lunar energy. Use natural elements, water, earth, fire, air, to honor the skull's connection to the planet and cosmos. Some traditions suggest anointing the crystal with sacred oils or flowers, always with reverence. Remember, ritual is about intention, your focused energy woven with the universal flow. Using crystal skulls for healing. Many energy healers integrate crystal skulls into their practice. Placing the skull near the head or heart during meditation or Reiki sessions is said to amplify healing energies, clear blockages, and balance chakras. The skull's crystalline matrix works like a harmonic tuner, bringing distorted energy back into coherence. If you feel drawn to this, approach with patience. Healing work with skulls can stir deep emotional material, shadow aspects or ancestral wounds. Trust your intuition, and consider working with an experienced guide if the journey becomes intense. Common pitfalls and guidance. Engaging with crystal skulls requires respect and patience. Avoid treating them as magical gadgets for quick fixes or entertainment. Their power grows with sustained, sincere relationship, not casual curiosity. Skepticism, fear, or ego-driven motives can block connection. Approach with humility and openness. If you feel overwhelmed, step back and ground yourself with nature, breathwork, or prayer. Finally, remember, the skulls do not replace personal responsibility or inner work. They illuminate your path, they do not walk it for you. The crystal skull's true magic unfolds not in the object itself, but in the transformative journey it inspires. As you open to its mysteries, you awaken dormant potentials within your own spirit, unlocking wisdom, healing, and a profound sense of belonging to the cosmic dance. As we draw this journey through the enigmatic world of crystal skulls to a close, take a moment to feel the reverberations of what you have uncovered. These are no ordinary relics, they are whispers from the edges of time and space, echoes of a forgotten wisdom that calls to the very core of your being. We have seen how crystal skulls are more than carved quartz, they are luminous vessels of consciousness, bridges between ancient civilizations, cosmic intelligences, and the vast, untapped potentials of your own mind and soul. They defy the boundaries of science and myth, inviting us into a realm where mystery is not a puzzle to solve but a sacred path to walk. Remember, the skulls do not reveal their secrets to the casual observer or the skeptic who demands proof without experience. Their power is unlocked by you, through intention, presence, and the willingness to journey inward. When you engage with these crystalline sentinels, you are not merely holding a stone, you are entering into an alchemical dance with the very essence of consciousness itself. What if the ancient legends were right? What if the crystal skulls are the keys to a collective awakening, an invitation to reclaim a lost lineage of cosmic knowledge that could elevate humanity to a new horizon of understanding? The question now lingers, are you ready to answer their call? To approach the crystal skull is to step beyond the veil of the known and into a living mystery. It is an act of courage, humility, and deep curiosity, a willingness to explore not only the outer world but the infinite universe within. If this video has stirred something deep within you, take that as a sign. Begin your own sacred dialogue with the crystal skulls. Explore, meditate, listen, and let their silent wisdom resonate in the chambers of your heart. And if you feel called, share your experiences below. What visions have the skulls awakened in you? What mysteries are you ready to uncover? Together, we can illuminate the shadows and rediscover the ancient light encoded in these extraordinary vessels. The skulls await. Will you heed their silent song?